Alright everybody, here we are, and let's continue one more time, and this time of course we are gonna be taking the help of AI to get it done really quickly. As for the logic, though that can be written, but how long it's gonna take and how many aspects we are gonna be missing, we never know. So what's gonna be the goal this time? That write the overall logic, so it's not like, because if I directly ask the AI is not gonna be able to create that. So we will write the logic, and the good thing would be that we are going to be writing it on our own, so of course we'll have the overall idea exactly how the things work. And once that is done, then we'll give that to AI and just ask AI to just simply add the remaining things, and this is how the job will be done. Just a sec. So let's say exactly, but yeah, we'll definitely explain the code exactly how the things are going on and all, so don't worry about that particular stuff. As for right now, this is the first function that I have in here. We'll see exactly what's the use of this particular function in here, but as for right now, let's just simply paste it in here and we'll go through the code exactly how the things are being used in here. So no problem as such. So create resize interaction data. Okay, we'll see how it is actually used. And apart from this particular thing, what else? On pointer down selection, so this is what that needs to be sort of removed, and this needs to be there. Apart from this particular thing, again there can be many things missing, so we'll have to definitely take care of those. But let's just simply go through the logic from the top to the bottom and see if it is actually as expected or not. So whenever the pointer is down, we are getting the shape. We are just simply checking whether a shape exists, so there, and we hit the shape or not. If there is a shape, and just a sec. This particular part, if the shape already exists and we click on the shape again, that makes sense. So when we click on the shape for the first time, that exists. When we click on the shape again, the second time, that exists too. So when we click on the shape for the first time, this timer starts. Well, this logic is wrong here, because if the timer directly starts when I click on the shape and if shape exists, then it's gonna be bad. So this is the thing that we have to take care of. This logic may not work. The reason I will tell you later exactly why it may not work, but I didn't check one thing. Yeah, everything's fine. Then we have shift plus click. Of course, if the shift exists, then if there is no shape, return. If there is a shape, in that case, next selected IDs. So next selected IDs, in the sense the selected IDs plus the next one. So we are just simply, if selected IDs includes this, in that case no need to worry about it. We have to just simply sort of filter it if that is already included. So here we are toggling, otherwise we are just simply adding. So sort of selected IDs, we are just simply setting them here. That is sort of fine as well. When it comes to previews, so we are again getting all the values. Then we are simply structure, I mean, if we have a shape, we are getting the structured clone. That simply means it will be altogether a copied new clone of that shape. So previews will have the array of that. Once the preview has the array of that, I'm gonna be getting the group bounds. Once I have the group bounds, if I don't have them, of course I'm gonna return. But if I have them, and this thing is actually happening inside the shift when I click that. Okay, and then we have select, we have previews, we have group bounds, and the job will be done. So this particular section is fine, no problem with this as such. There's only one thing, this top level may not work later, so we'll have to figure it out. And if the shape does not exist, empty, and selection box invalidate, that is also fine. Set selected shape IDs, in this case that definitely exists, so that's gonna be the id, and preview shape is gonna be structured clone of that, and we are gonna be getting the bounding box for sure. Once we have the bounding box, get a resize at point, so I'm just simply gonna be passing it. We'll get the resize handle if that is a normal selection. Of course, if that does not exist, that simply means that is the normal selection, and if that is the normal selection, we are gonna be just simply now interesting stuff. If that is a normal selection, that's gonna be just nothing but select. We'll have the preview and group bounce, that is also right. And if that is not a normal selection, means we are resizing that. Good stuff. As we are resizing that, so we have the resize, we have the preview shape in the sense that particular shape. Having said that, there can be many shapes being resized at the same time, and I don't think that is enabled. Yeah, so we'll have to work on this, or we'll have to just a sec. We can select many shapes, we can resize them on the go, right, based on the width and height. So ultimately we get the scale value. This particular resize is gonna be only applicable on what? It's mainly gonna be applicable on a single shape. So we have the resize, we have preview shape, that's simply single shape, we have resize handle, we have the bounds, we have initial bounds, and create resize interaction data. That's is something, let's see what it does. So create resize interaction data returns us the data at the end, and when it comes to the data contains initial font sizes. Okay, so ultimately we need to have the initial font sizes, free draw and all these things, and all that data is gonna be here. So what is the benefit of having it? The benefit is that if the type is equals to text, so we need data initialize initial font sizes, and preview shape dot font size. So this and this is gonna be part of this data dot font sizes. That's fine, right, as well. So what we are doing that we have a upper level check. On the basis of that thing, we are adding the values there. Simple. Similarly, that is the free draw, then we are just simply getting the absolute points and adding it there. If there is the line or arrow, we are just simply adding it there. Once the data is ready, we are returning from here. So it is just simply create resize interaction data, and that does the job. Once we have it here, we are gonna be getting the data. Once we got the data, we'll destructure the value in here at the end, and this works. Is this right? No, because when we select, just a sec, or probably yes. Yeah, I think this could be right as well, because the thing is that even as I selected this, right, it does not mean that I actually started resizing them. So once they are selected, so as long as shift is clicked, so yeah, no need to worry about it. Now once that is selected, then I'll hover over it, and as soon as I hover over it, the cursor changes, and when I click again the next time, at that time it starts resizing that. And this is the resizing logic as the end of the day. That simply means as we move, we are resizing. So as we click, so of course the data is gonna be saved, and once this particular data is saved in there, when we move, the remaining logic will be just simply changing that. So we have to rewrite it too, and again, to make it quicker, we'll have to of course change the things. I'm gonna ask AI to rewrite the function as well, just like the above one. Rewrite it by modifying need. Let's see whether it is actually able to write it or not, and whether that code is as per the expectation. Well, it comes to this, it is actually giving me two options. Um okay, it is sort of giving us the code. Which one is better, I'd have to figure out. Since you moved select and preview shape to select preview shape and group bounds, add a form of this drag offset. To move previews, drag offset group bounds, the move initiation logic needs to work with the multiple selected shapes. A rewritten version would look like this. So let's just simply copy it and see the things in here. We'll see exactly how it works, but let's continue reading. So this much we've done. Even better, store initial pointer position instead of using drag offset for multi-selection. Excalidraw style editor usually don't store drag offset in the ID. Okay, for every shape. Instead, they store initial pointer. That's the start. Then movement becomes end minus start, and that is gonna be dx and dy. Every preview is calculated from its original position. That is right. So it is sort of the last one, which is simpler and avoids accumulating floating point. Yeah, makes sense. So this is the first way that we can actually have initial pointer, and then it can get the job done. Coming back to this one, what is being done in here? Okay, drag offsets, they seem to be used. So then update this drag offsets. Okay, let's go with this in here. And what are we going to do in? We are gonna be looking at the code, as simple as that. If it is as per the need. And the thing is that what I've been doing here, that whenever I click on a shape, I get the drag offset, exactly where I clicked and how far is that from the shape, the starting positions and all. But in here there are multiple shapes, so if I'm actually clicking somewhere, that may not be the appropriate, or that drag offset, yeah, that drag offset will be different for each. So either I go with the drag offset or I go with the dx and dy. So we'll check that thing. Coming back to this, we have interaction. We have the start pointer, starts drawing ref current. So pointer drawing start ref. So we definitely have the start values. As I have the start, we will definitely have the end as well. So if I don't have the start, okay. Interaction type select is gonna be end minus start x. This makes sense. Is dragging, if dx that I am getting, that is more than the drag threshold, then of course I'm dragging. That's fine as well. The interesting thing starts from here. So if pointer is that is down, so if pointer is actually down and interaction dot previews dot length is greater than 0, that simply means we have some previews to resize, as simple as that. And is dragging is true, in that case we'll just simply start dragging. Now the offset, so the offset, they actually need to be calculated. By default string endpoint, they are gonna be for preview, interaction previews, and drag offset and preview id, that is also fine. This is what we are gonna be storing in there. And end point minus preview shape dot x, so whichever preview that is, right? So if I'm clicking somewhere, it is the logic of moving. So if I'm moving it, so I'll get the drag offset from them. Once I get the drag offset, this is not bad actually. Preview dot shape, shape does not exist. interaction.previews, I'm gonna be getting the preview. Preview itself is nothing but the shape. Yeah, this is fine. So preview.x and preview.y, preview shape, I should rather be naming it. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And once this, so we are just simply moving, previews, drag offsets are gonna be stored over there. The thing is that we are not gonna be storing the drag offset of one shape, rather we are gonna be storing the drag offsets of all of them. And group bounds is gonna be interaction.group bounds, so this is gonna be overall fine. Interaction.group bounds. As soon as we clicked that, so group bounds were already calculated. Move shape, can't find a move shapes. Now instead of naming it move shape, I should name it move shapes. So use the shape move, and it should be, again we have to, this the logic that I actually have, they are right for what, they are right for one shape, but here we are gonna be moving many, and hence we have to use shape resizes. We are not gonna write the whole logic again on our own, rather we'll dump the code to the AI. AI will customize it and make it sort of right. It's not gonna be exactly the thing that we want, but we'll have to customize that for sure, but it's not gonna be bad either. Coming back to this, if I come here, shapes, if I come here, this, if I come here, no suggestions. Alrighty, things seem to be normal. So once we've done this, moving, resizing, it will just simply keep happening. This is the one special case, especially when the type is select, because when that is select, we may move it. Of course we are going to be moving it, and if that is already moved, so we are going to be moving it directly, so that will work. Hover state only when actively interacting. Get shape position at this, hover shape, we are going to be just simply updating the cursor and all. So this is fine, not really bad. It sort of does the job, but ultimately what we are doing in here, that if that is select, and if we click somewhere, we are gonna be getting the drag offsets of all. Earlier I was just simply calculating the drag offset of one, now I'm calculating it for all the shapes, selected ones. And once that is done, then we are just simply calling the move shapes. Again, the logic of these is not right. As for right now, it's right for only one, but we are gonna be handling many. Just a sec. So we'll have to take care of them, and apart from this particular thing, everything else is sort of fine, except one thing, and that one thing is this, that whenever I click, what am I doing? That pointer down ref current term, I mean forget about that. The thing is that I'm checking it based on the hit type. So hit shape, so whenever I click on a shape, suppose the shape is already selected, that is a text text shape, and what I want, when I click on the shape, at that time this should be setting, and yeah, so this is something we'll have to take care of. But what is the next thing we have to correct this logic. Luckily the line number of lines of the code, hopefully it will be able to handle it. Correct it. For multiple selections, of course. Your hook is still written for single selection architecture, since you moved to previews and all. So That's what it is doing. So it is sort of converting that for multiple selections. We'll see exactly what it is doing for that. But this is the first section, that is resize the shapes. So this is the first logic or the function that we have in here. Then the second one is the on pointer up, and that on pointer up is here. Again we'll have to check whether it is actually as expected or not. So let's delete this. And this much is not enough. Why? Because we have to get the values as well. Use set selected shape. Of course we are not setting it. Push history is fine, invalidate is fine, but there are a few things. First of all, group. So this is great. Update preview shapes. So it's like we are gonna be getting the updated preview shapes and preview shape. It is expecting an object. Okay, never mind. So updated previews, and why are group get grouped? Why are we doing this? They are not just updated previews, they are actually the values. That simply means the way the values are getting saved, that's not right. Okay. Okay, let's just simply correct it as per the need. What else? As for right now, updated previews. What can be the better name? Preview shapes. Yeah. Coming back to this, first of all, it is bothering me much. We have previews. The type is the shape. So preview shapes. As it becomes preview shapes, so nothing seems to be problematic till now. Even in here, okay, there are things that needs to be changed. So instead of passing the preview, I'm gonna be passing preview shapes. That is it. Coming back to this, this is actually gonna be preview shapes, just like this. It needs to be preview shapes, just like this, and the overall it's done. Preview shapes. Any issues? No. Coming back to this one, there are definitely issues with this as well. So let's go through it. First of all, what are we doing? When it comes to resize the shapes, of course we are checking the interaction type, whether that is resized or not. We are gonna be getting preview shapes from there, get bounce and all, everything's fine. Once I got that, so preview shapes will just simply give me shapes, just a shape. Once I get the shape, shape dot shape, why shape dot shape? Okay, ChatGPT doesn't have the idea about the structuring of the things well. Okay, never mind, we'll see. So in that case, what have we done? We got it. Once we got it, get a resize recto. It returns x, y, width and height. It is mainly for resize. Why are we using this rect here? We'll see exactly what's the use of it. If we don't really have, we are returning it from here. And at the end of the day, this resize rect just simply gives us the top level uh, rectangular that we see, rectangle. And then updated previews, instead of updated previews, it's gonna be updated shapes, or yeah, shapes. Coming back to this, alrighty, we'll see. But coming back to this, if I don't have this, I have to return what? Shape. I have to destructure what? Shape. That's bad. Resize line shape. This is, how long will I just simply keep correcting this? Correct it. As per the type. First of all, we have this resize here, that is fine. So instead of correcting the things one by one, it's better to get them corrected by the AI in one go and see if there are any problem with that. We'll correct that, as simple as that. On pointer up. Time to check it. Alrighty, so let's check out the first thing first of all. We got the things states from the instruction, and then handle initial bounds are gonna be there. Get resize, it just simply gives us the rectangle. And what kind of rectangle is this? I pass my handle, I pass the current point. What it does here? Normalize rectangle. So as we resize, it gives us that rectangle. Okay, got that. So that is mainly for that. Overlay current 2D. Okay, that's fine. And line resize. Come on. Preview shapes. I'm gonna be getting the shape that is equal to line or arrow. Line resize state shape.id. I'm gonna be getting the line state. And then we have to change the value of resize line shape. Okay, passing these values, it's going to be resized. If that is this, passing these values is going to be resized. If that is equals to text, passing this. If that is default, then that's okay. I'm going to be returning the shape, and that makes sense. And interaction, and then updating the preview shape. And group bounds. So as we are resizing that, we are even updating the preview shapes that I had, and the group bounds, because that is definitely gonna be changing, and then invalidating the overlay. Seems to be alright. It is fine. Let's take care of this. Whenever the pointer up happens, of course after resizing, so we are pushing the history preview map, so sort of creating a map that interaction.preview shapes.map. Okay, so we are creating a map with the, so this is gonna be two-dimensional array, shape id and shape. So it's like I'm returning shape id and shape, and that's fine. One item will have shape id and shape. So when it comes to setting shapes, why do I need to pass this like this? So I'm getting the previous values. Once I'm getting the previous values, I'm mapping through them, and then I'm definitely getting the shape. Once I got the shape preview map, dot get and shape dot id, otherwise return the shape. Interesting. But the thing is that this preview shape might dot get id, this is a map. That simply means it has a key value pairs. What does that mean? That simply means if I return an array of array, it will convert them into key value pairs. So let's see. New map, and is gonna be reference error. Okay, aren't we doing the same thing here? It's two-dimensional array, come on. So this is how it works. So the key is a, and if we want to get that, so map dot get using a, I'm gonna get a. Wow, that's amazing. Well, that works then. What is the problem in this case? Set shapes, it is just simply unable to find that. As we resize, whenever the pointer up happens, we definitely need to set the shapes. In that case, okay, this seems to be alright. This is pretty much interesting one. Like, you are actually creating a map. It actually takes two-dimensional array and then converts that into key value pairs, and you can just simply get that. So the benefit is that you will not have to loop through the whole shape, rather you can directly get that. Yeah, that's not bad either. If we did not have this, then what would we have to do? Preview map dot this shape dot id. So suppose I did not have the shape and I have to do what? Set it. If I actually needed to set that, so in that case we have preview shapes, right? And once we have preview shapes, so if preview shape dot id equals to shape dot id, then we could have just simply passed the preview shape. Otherwise, again, preview shape is what? Nothing but the array, right? So we could have passed it directly in here, over here. So we could have passed the preview shape directly in here, because at the end of the day, preview shape is something that's already been modified. So over here, preview shape is something that's already been modified. Once it's been modified, it could have been used here as well. And the another thing can be, I could have had index over here, or with the help of the ID, I could get that. So there are many ways to simply implement this, or just simply passing preview shape would work as well. Okay, this seems to be alright. Same thing I need to do with this. Hopefully it will not take a lot of time. Okay, come on, do it. Modify it. And get ready for many errors, because just copying and pasting the code like this, even if you think it will work, it will not. So debugging section is gonna be just around the corner. But we still have to get many things implemented. Let's just simply, actually many things implemented, yeah. Actually many. Even we've done this much, it's not gonna be enough. hopefully the logic is right. One suggestion for the Morgan initial pointer, initial shapes. Each move is computed from the original ones. Interaction initial shapes dot this. Initial pointer. So whenever we are moving it, we are actually calculating the distance from the initial pointer, and that's just simply great job, not bad. We'll do it later, not now. Of course, for that, first of all, let's implement this drag offset. Select them. Once they are selected, get this particular thing implemented, then we'll start working on this particular part. So this is gonna be a to do. So a to do part is here, gonna be at the bottom. To do it later, because that's for right now. Even that's gonna work. Drag offset that we have, so no problem as such. What are we doing in here? Let's see. Update a shape, drag offset. We already had the drag offset. Once we have the drag offset, we are just simply gonna be adding, subtracting that offset, drag offset from the current points, and that is it. The drag offset is the subtracting will work, and once the subtraction is actually done, we are just simply selected bounds, no problem as such. The next thing that I have to work on, that is renderer. So if I actually go here, this is the part that I have to correct next. How many lines are there? It's quite a big one, so ChatGPT cannot handle it in one go. So we have render overlay and we have render scene. I think these two are the ones that are needed to be changed, and now I'll actually have to create another function, rather two. We have draw selection bounds, we have line selections. They are what? That's gonna be insane. Okay, let's do one thing. I have the number of lines, they're around 100, so it will be able to handle it. Modify it for renderer. Another thing is that what I already have functions handle group selection. Let's just give this as well in here. Let's go. I don't know what's gonna happen. With multi-selection, the biggest change is to stop thinking in terms of single and instead render based on the selection array. I would also separate the rendering into selector shape. I would also separate the rendering into render selection, render group selection. Yeah, that's right. Add group selection. That's gonna be creating the bounds using this. Haha. Let's just simply have it in here. Render selection, render group selection. Selected bounds. It's gonna be just somewhere here. Scene renderer instead of. Just give me the code. I don't want to actually gonna modify the code. After that I'll debug it, so not a problem with that. Modify it. This is the overall logic. Will it work? No one knows, including myself. Only when I run it, we fix the bugs, then things are gonna be sort of clear. As for right now, let's just simply keep modifying again. If I just do it on my own, gonna be taking don't know how long, so just taking the help of AI in here. So do the same. It's just simply gonna modify it for multi-selection. Apart from it, I don't really think I need to worry about anything else. And the next thing is the renderer. So let's just simply have a look at the logic now. Okay, so first of all, we have to render the scene. Rendering scene is not gonna be problematic because of course the scene is gonna be simpler. We are getting it, and it's exactly the same. It's just that skip IDs. When it comes to skipping the IDs, so interaction.preview shapes.shape.shape.id. Okay, fine. Shape.id. Just get ready to debug it all. That's the only thing. Modify it. It's not like it will get the things wrong. It will sort of correct them. But is it guaranteed to work? Never. Even better. What is this doing for it? Skip IDs. Okay, sort of creating a set here. Just at the top level, what it did nothing but just simply skipped it, having a follow. Yeah, the bottom is better. Now let's just simply import these, and whatever changes I have to make, I already made. Sorry. Alright, it's doing nothing. I mean, whatever IDs, if skip IDs has the particular shape ID, we are just simply gonna continue that. That simply means that particular shape is undefined. In that case, what can I do? So this is definitely optional, or it can even be undefined. Any problem? No problem here, it can be undefined. Undefined is not assignable to type string. Are you kidding me? Array of string or undefined. Skip IDs. Okay, so if I'm skipping some of the things, that doesn't mean I don't have to render them. So I have to render them, and when it comes to skip IDs, that's actually an array. That's an array by default, so I can do one thing that is giving it the types. String or undefined is not assignable to type string, undefined is not assignable to type string. Okay, this could be because of this, and as expected, not really. Interesting. Interaction is editing state. Text editing your ID, otherwise empty. So how about having an empty array? What the? I know that it does exist, but it's gonna be a problem with this. Skip shape IDs, it can definitely be undefined, so what's the issue? The main value can actually be undefined. Okay, that's fine. What can I do? Nope, it's not gonna work. We can have a, but at the end of the day we definitely need to return something, right? If I do not return, just a sec, all the previous shapes are there, they will definitely have the IDs. I'm actually gonna filter it. So if shape.id exists, in that case shape.id. If that does not exist, अरे यार, how to measure filter boolean, that is it. Interesting. Still does not work. can actually be an array of this, an array of undefined. So text editing state that can be undefined, and that's what causing the issue. Yeah. So this is where the problem is, and as that is causing the issue, so we are just simply filtering the boolean values. Text editing state. Alrighty, this seems to be fine now. Okay, took a while. Anyway. Render selection. The shape might be undefined. Okay, not okay. There's still render selection gets the selected shape. Now this seems to be fine. Crazy stuff here. Okay, coming back to this, the goal is to just simply work on this for 1 hour. After that I'll be taking that for a while again, but hopefully we have done it quite much. And writing the logic is not a problem. After that I'll have to simplify it, I'll have to restructure it, reformat it. That's a lot, and just these many features are not enough. Many more features are yet to be implemented. God knows what's gonna happen, but okay. What's the problem here on pointer down selection? Now we don't have selected shape, we have the selected IDs, and also congratulations, we have to change this as well. I think this won't take a lot of time. We can easily, where is this selection coming from? Use selected shape, so selected shape, no need to worry about this as it's gone. Selection, use selection actions. What is what it was asking for? On pointer down selection. It takes shift key. Okay, fine. How do we know whether shift has been clicked or not? Forget about how, just pass it. No, I need to know. Shift key can be true or false. To do. It's easy actually checking out the shift. That can be event dot. Yeah, that's it. This should be getting the job done, but there are many things. Let's continue fixing the bugs. Nope. Here we are. Okay. Handle text editing on pointer up. Text editing on pointer up, but the thing is that I have to get what? If I'm editing a text, that simply means there is only one value. Yeah, I have shapes. Didn't I do the same thing back there? I got the shapes. What do I need to do? Shapes dot find shape. Okay, it turns out I even have to get more. Selected shape IDs. Where are the shapes coming from? I don't really have them here. What a bad luck. That's insane. That simply means that shape is not being used. This shape is actually coming. Oh. Okay. This is insane because we just have the IDs, and based on the IDs we have to get the selected shape or shapes. Hopefully the logic is not that big. Yeah, just simply correct it all. Whew. Even back here when we are doing this, so we just need only one shape. Okay, that's fine. And when it comes to canvas cursor, selected shape, there can be many shapes selected. Which one are we looking for? Update hover cursor shapes, so that needs to be kept in mind. So what it's gonna do, it's just simply gonna run a loop and it's gonna check for all. That's the only thing it can do. Alright, for now this is more than enough. Of course I have to change many things at many places. Mainly this interaction needs to be replaced. And here we are. Wherever we are getting the selected shapes, now okay. Coming back to this, I have many shapes, right? When I have many shapes, so where is this actually being used? This is that was set selected shapes. And if I actually remove this, null all the shape, there can be many shapes. Even this one needs to be optimized. Oh bro, there's a lot of work. Even when giving, I cannot give the code to the AI, the whole one. Otherwise I don't know what it's gonna do. So it's better to just simply do it one page by page, but still there are many. I'll be back, gonna be taking a break again. Honestly, I got tired. As for this one over here, even this particular function, this handles only one shape selection. So when I draw only one shape at the time, it works great. But drawing can happen only one shape, right? Just a minute. On pointer down, so where am I saving? On pointer up, I'm saving, and I have a shape on pointer up. We created the shape on pointer up. We are setting them here. We are not really setting the selected shape IDs. It can be done really quickly. I mean, let's see. Const set selected shape IDs, because of course we are saving the IDs, so that's how it's gonna be going on. Store dot set selected shape IDs. This is just a function that we've got going here. Set selected shape IDs, that's gonna be an empty array. If that's equals to free draw, that simply means free draw. Yeah, free draw is never selected until unless you click that. True. Anyway, coming back to this, if there is actually equals to a shape, that's first of all forget about the shape. Set select shape ID. I'm gonna be getting the previous IDs. Then what next? I have to add or not? I have to add. So all the previous IDs and shape ID should be enough. Let's give it to the AI and see, is this alright? I just changed the last part. I didn't even have a look at the whole code, but let's get it checked. Overall, yes. Well, yeah, that's good stuff. Right now, since since right now you do this, okay. Since every other interaction move resize, keep that consistent current instead of this. It's more consistent and avoids accidental stale references. This one. So being suggested to just simply use this, and these are some of the to-dos. We'll be just simply getting them applied, bro. I mean, we are already doing it somewhere or the other, right? Aren't we? So where are we doing it? Should be getting done on pointer up, if I'm not wrong. And if we are actually drawing, so it should be on pointer move as well. So on pointer up we aren't really doing anything. On pointer move we are simply setting the shape directly. It is just simply saying that don't set it directly, rather modify that object only. We'll go through it, but as for right now, I'm gonna take a break for now. Bye.